One do. Good. So the coffee for the record is just available in 20 minutes, so you have to stick for the next 20 minutes. For the rest, where do I start? I'm having a bad day. No alarm, cab was lost. Very bad day. Everything goes wrong since I woke up this morning. And I was thinking, shit, I have this presentation. It's going to go terrible. And then I thought, what if I tell them and ask them, actually, can we do something for me together? Can we agree to turn this negative spiral into something positive? That together, we're spending a happy moment for the next 20 minutes. Can I count on you on that? Yeah. Good, let's do it. Web3, NFT, cryptos, and many more, all great. A lot of people talk about it, but what do they mean? We're going to try to make a bit of sense to all of this through a musical lens. And hopefully we'll open a new world of possibilities at Music Matters. Entertainment has always let us completely disappear with our moods and emotions. And it's a universal tool, pun intended, to connect with others, to build communities and around the thing we love. And this has been even more impactful thanks to growth of the internet. You remember Web 1, okay? It was about peer-to-peer file sharing on platform. We were sharing, exchanging files from anywhere in the world. I'm sure you all remember Napster. But fundamentally in Web 1, it was you who logged on, go to a platform, and to the web. You were visiting a destination to access music. It was a nice first step. But then came Web 2 and the age of social and apps. And suddenly the internet and, of course, music was all around in your pocket. And today, Web 3. Web 3, where it's no longer about visiting a website. It's no longer about carrying everything in your pocket. It's about interacting in a three-dimensional world, anytime, anywhere. And we're going to develop this a bit more. And if you combine that with the fact that there are 3 billion gamers in the world, and it's not surprised that fans know very well how to navigate this new digital space. And why I'm telling you this? I'm telling you this because we have entered an era of fusion reality. Between gaming and technology I just mentioned, the line between physical and digital, they become very blurred. Fusion reality adds an extra layer and enhance any music and fan experience. And I will show you many examples later. Therefore, I would like to welcome you to the Musicverse. The Musicverse, what is it? Of course, there is a play with words between metaverse and music, fine. But it's more than that. It's where music experience are supercharged by immersive technology. And this creates a numerous point of entry for fans, from virtual community hubs, from festivals, from artist avatar, virtual merchandising, NFT, and a lot more. So what is a Musicverse? Between us, I explained, it's a play of words between music and metaverse, but it's also a new era of experiences that transcend space, time, and identity. And closing the divide between fan and artist, and also, more importantly, encouraging co-creations. So let's start. When I said Musicverse allow to transcend space, what do I mean like that? Let's have a close look. In a Musicverse, fans enter an experiential playground, and they feel part of a wider global community. Here's an example. This is John Legend very recently performing on Wave XR, where he was hosting a live stream for charity from fans from anywhere around the world that could join together and donate live. But removing physical constraint just doesn't mean just overcoming distance. It means also defying gravity. What you're seeing here is called Joutopia. It's a digital escape made by BMW. And what Joutopia does, it tells the story of a circular future, inviting you to explore how BMW goes beyond sustainability. But that was just BMW, but it shows how many brands can be the facilitator of this memorable experience. And more than that, in the Musicverse, we're not limited by capacity. You have an example here that you all know, K-pop concert, BTS virtual concert, connected over 1 million fans from 191 countries. But you know that because you was from here. And that's how Musicverse transcend space. What does it mean for time? In the real world, music experiences are closely linked to very specific moment in time, from a festival or from a stage time for a specific touring date, etc., etc. In the Musicverse, you can go anywhere, anytime. And pump up the volume, please.
Hello, London!
See, music matters. And bands are already experimenting this with one of the most successful concerts of this year. What you're seeing here is called ABBA Voyage. I've seen it twice already, and it's exceptional. Honestly, a lot of people in the audience cry because they have ABBA in front of them, live. And it's an innovative technology that immerses concertgoers into an alternative reality made of avatars. But we can't go even further. Everyone talked to me always about this Woodstock. You know, none of you are old enough for what I could see, and I'm the same, to have lived Woodstock. But I would love to live it. Imagine if we mix it with the world of today and the brand of today. Imagine Volkswagen, they're launching a new camper electric van. Well, they could create an immersive experience and recreate Woodstock. I would love to live that with them and see what it was about. So we saw we could live in the past, in the present, and in the future, but also in Musicverse, there are no schedule. There is no booking. There is no time zone. Artists can give fans an unlimited attention of time. This is in 2019. It was on the website of Billie Eilish. You click on a window and you enter in a bedroom. That's the real bedroom of Billie Eilish. And you could roam around, visit, watch it, and leave who she is and how she was inspired to do her music. That's only the scratch of the surface. Imagine what you could be achieving with a little help of AI. You know, soon every fan could have an interaction with an artist avatar. There is no doubt this will come very soon. And brands also have the opportunity to be the one bringing this experience to fans. This is Absolute. They already created a VR experience where they put electronic music lovers in the shoes of deadmau5, that's a band, and they showcase the experience by creating a track that then they perform on stage. But talking about building on the artist, or what I was mentioning about avatar, and if we build on the idea of artist-driven avatar, let's talk about identity. In the Musicverse, there is no audience. There are communities. And these communities, they have a lot of conversations. This means fans, for example, can participate in the creative process in an immersive way. What you're saying here, it's Beat Club by Timbaland on Twitch, where he was reviewing live the beats submitted by the fans and mixing the track with them in one global process. And brands have a power to take this to the next level. Imagine we are in region, so I'm going to use a local example, but Hello Panda Biscuit. If I could build a mini Musicverse and fans could enter, and with Katy Perry, and have a bit of fun, and and build the next track and jam out together or just perform and have fun. So when it comes to self-expression and identity creation, the Musicverse allows fans to live their wildest dream. Their identity is not fixed, is not constant, they're fluid and ever-evolving. And do you know why this is important? Because of this, what you could read on screen. 65% of Gen Z says how they present themselves online is more important than how they present themselves in real life. See an example? That's me playing on Fortnite, dressed up as Ariana Grande. Do you like the backpack? It's cool, right? Well, the backpack, virtual assets, also enable fans to build even more engaging experiences. They bring them closer to the brands because they could buy this NFT, they could put on their own digital person, and they could wear all these accessories on the metaverse. So let's recap. We said the Musicverse explore 3 core real-world elements: space, time, and identity. And in doing so, it gives brands and artists new possibilities, for sure, to extend their reach to every corner of the world. Although technically there is no corner in the metaverse. But from a fan point of view, they no longer wish to just participate in the narrative. And that's the most important thing, if you have to keep something out of this 20 minutes, is that they want to shape the narrative. It totally changed the marketing dynamic. We are moving, as marketers, from a push model, where brands and artists, we push all this content to them and take it, to a pull model. It's not, we call them creators. There's a reason for that. Because they create all of this, and they create all this content, and then you have brands jumping on the train to catch up constantly on this wonderful creation. So in other words, what I'm trying to say as marketers is that we need to move from content creators that we were to immersive experience makers, any brand. And the fashion industry, by the way, is doing that extremely well. And the demand is here. 79% of fans will be happy to see their favorite brand appearing in a Musicverse or Metaverse. So I'm going to summarize what I've explained. How do we do that? You have 3 ways of doing this. I'm going to try to simplify. First up, you could introduce branded goods and access token, NFTs, etc., to existing metaverse platform. They exist, you just plug in it. Easy. The fashion industry, as I said, very good at that. According to a recent study from Virture, 1 in 3 metaverse users have already purchased digital fashion. And this will continue to boom. Avatar and what they wear will absolutely boom. The second option is about building hybrid world. You do something in the physical world and you're adding a digital layer to enhance this physical moment. Adding Web3 mechanics to whatever you do can really add incremental value. Example, recently I saw American Express in Australia. They did a series of live shows. They added some NFT collectible component in the real world, and they created this fusion reality I was mentioning before. And third, you could also build your own immersive virtual world. Whether you're buying a land or you're building your own land, you build your own experience, you're integrating into existing world. You have the opportunity to offer to these fans a new level of interactions. Example, JP Morgan just opened the first metaverse bank in Decentraland. So it's time for me to conclude. And on this slide, I wanted to give you my personal opinion. So don't quote me. The metaverse with a big M, the one that everyone is talking about, with a capital M, is being built as we speak. Doesn't exist. There is a lot of metaverse with a small m. There is a lot of them. But this is just the real beginning. The metaverse with big M is not existing yet. 2, in the Musicverse, in everything we've seen today, content is persistent and is the denominator common, or common denominator in English, sorry. 3, I mentioned it briefly, creators are the celebrities of the metaverse. And they are truly the people that powers it. And I have no doubt a lot of bands will partner with these creators in the same way they do it today with influencers. 4, we've seen it at Music Matters this year. Gaming is still the on-ramp of the ecosystem. Although music now is getting there as well. We see a lot more music activation everywhere on Musicverse that drive a lot of audience to it. Post Malone concert, don't know if you've seen it, it was fantastic. Although gaming is the on-ramp platform on a personal level, if having a bit less shooting everywhere, be a bit more friendly, that will help as well. And 5, every brand would probably have a different land. They will have a different point of view. There is one thing, each brand needs to come up with their own strategy. There is one thing I learned, is that there is no one-size-fits-all in the metaverse. Listen to community. Every communities are different. Listen to your fan communities and give them what they want. And finally, time to conclude. Today, you are using, how many of you today have sent an emoji? Someone in a text or whatever? I have? You have? How we were doing it before? How did we express our emotions before? Think about it. I have no doubt that tomorrow, even better, your avatar will communicate with all of us and will demonstrate this emotion. And therefore...
And on that note, bye-bye. Bye, Music Matters. Bye. Ciao.
Thank you very much.